What is going on, everybody? Poker Dad here. So I'm going to be doing a study session of a session I played yesterday, August 25th, 2019. This is going to be separated into a few different videos because I'm going to be starting my study session now. Then I have to cut out, and I'll continue my study session when I can, but I want to make sure I study all the hands that I voluntarily put into the pot in this tournament, and also sort of flop. So some will be quick, some will be short, and just want to go over each one. So I appreciate you guys checking it out. If you like what you see, please do me a favor, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and also do me a favor and follow me on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/PokerDad2878, and also on Twitter at PokerDad2878. As always with my videos, there may be distractions during the video. You know, you never know what's going to happen during one of my videos. I don't edit them. These are all raw and thrown right up on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to start right here. So basically how I'm sorting these hands is from the time that I played them. Overall, it's 173 hands, so I know it's a lot, but we're going to go through a lot of these pretty quickly, and then when I see one that we need to actually pull off Flopzilla or something else, we will. But I'm going to try and do this mostly through Flopzilla. Alright, so here we got pocket 3. So I'll mention also that the M size that we have, or big blinds that we have going into the hand, which right here is 66. I also do want to mask these names of these people as well, so let me mask them. So mask player names. Okay. But we will have their stats. So here we get the open limp, and a hand like pocket 3s. I'm just should over limp here. We do, and we flop a full house, and it's what, 6 ways here we get led into here. So I definitely think I should be 3-betting this, raising in the spot, which I do. Get called. This was a pretty straightforward hand here. I remember this one well, of course, early in the tournament. Goes check. I bet. Just hoping to see if somebody have a flush. And we get jammed on, easy call, and we'll take this one down. So that was easy. Nothing to study there. Here we get open raised, and a call, and a few calls come in. So this is one of those spots that I end up calling just because of the odds that we're getting. But the more I think about it, I probably should just be folding a hand like this. I don't think there's really any reason to be calling, even with the odds that we're getting. I know it's suited, but it's like 8-4 suited, so. And, you know, then obviously we're never going to be doing anything here. Easy fold. Pocket jacks here. We have an MS78, and we get a player who opens up here. I have him labeled as a solid player. Well, he's a winning player, that is. But only 21 hands. And we get a 3-bet here. So this spot here, like, I know I can't fold jacks, but I can't 4-bet because it just wins. Like, this is already a strong 3-bet. I don't think I could fold this though. I think I have to at least at minimum call. I do call. It goes 3 ways, and this board is pretty bad, I think. And when he bets, there's no reason here to continue. So I'm pretty sure that that was the correct. I don't even say pretty sure. I know 100% that's definitely the correct call. Because we would have called anyway versus the under the gun open there. We weren't going to 3-bet an under the gun open with pocket jacks. And when this guy 3-bets, because even if we look real quick. So we got 38% pot odds. I could even just take a quick look at this one if we wanted to in Equilab. Just like jacks versus just some really tight ranges, 3 ways, and I think then we could really see. I think we can really see then. So let me actually. I know that. Actually, I wanted to try. Before I pull this out, let me just try this because Flopzilla has a new multi-way pot feature. Yeah, alright, let me try with Flopzilla's multi-way pot feature. So let's say the opener is opening up under the gun. Not like this big, but let's say ace jack, king queen off, all the suiteds, like hands like this opening up. I think this is fine. Perfect. And let's say the 3-better. Let's see who this 3-better was first of all. This guy we have only 16 hands on, so we really can't even look at that. Ace king. Ace king, ace queen suited. Let's say to 3-bet these types of hands here. You know, we don't know how aggressive of a 3-better they are, but they could 3-bet hands like this here. Pocket nines sometimes, right? Pocket nines would make sense too. I'd rather call it, but let's say he's just 3-betting this, okay? And now let's put our. I think I'm going to put our cards into dead cards. I think it's where I have to put our cards. Let's see. We had Jack blue, Jack red. So does it tell us our equity? Oh, okay, right over here it's doing it. Okay. Oh, it's running it right now. Okay, so this is pretty cool that it's actually running it right now. This is the first time I'm using this. I don't think I have a way to expand this. Can I? Oh, yeah, okay. I don't like it that way. Not way you guys can see it, but this is actually pretty awesome. This is the first time I'm using this. I like it a lot. So, yeah, we have, like, versus ranges, we have 58% equity. So, it's a clear call. Absolutely. So, I think, all right, so we definitely made the right call. I'm happy with that. You can stop. And that feature is pretty awesome. Thank you, Flopzilla, for adding multi-way pots. It's amazing. Okay. So anyway, yeah. King 10-10. Just easy fold. Pocket jacks again in small blind. We have an M of 73, which is 109 big blinds. Definitely get a limp. So we're definitely just going to isolate here. Get called. 9-6-9. Definitely a good board for us here. So I could c-bet or I can check. I think I just like checking better here. Out of position. And get him to bet. He's got M of 43. Just get him to bet any like pocket pairs, bluff, things like that, and then call. 9 comes out. Now I'm definitely leading. I bet really big here, 29%. You know, 29%, giving him 29% pot odds. I guess it's fine because I'm just trying to get value from his pairs. But like, wouldn't he have like bet his pairs here? I don't know if I bet too big here. He calls it, and the board is now full house. And I bet really big here again. And I don't know how I feel. Maybe I should have bet smaller. Just to get like worse hands to call. I mean, not that I'm gonna like, just so I can get worse hands to call as opposed to him folding. Now, as luck would have it, he did actually call, and if I remember correctly, I can't see it here, but oh, that's right. I looked it up afterwards. I was able to see that he had ace high, so he actually called me with ace high. So I guess it was okay to betting the way it worked out. Here's a 6-handed table. So you're going to be seeing like a mixture of different tournaments in this review, since I played about 5 tournaments during this session. So this is a 2.2x open, and I call here in a small blind. I could 3-bet too. I don't have any reading this guy, but king jack suited. I looked at my ranges, and we could definitely call here. And this board, I think, is just an easy check fold here. And we're not getting good pot odds to even though we backdoor flush with 2 overs. I think it's a pretty easy fold. King queen off. We open this up 2.5x, and we just take that down. 10-7 off is a limp pot, and we have second pair with a weak kicker. He leads into us here. We just have to call. Two of hearts comes out. He checks. I just don't see any point to betting here. We don't want to turn a hand into a bluff. We might have the best hand here. Sucks we don't have a heart, but it's just really, like, all we're getting called by here are jacks and, you know, maybe a flush, which you could have, and he's wants to check raise. We check back. I mean, it's possible. There's just really no point in betting there. And then he bets. So he gives us like 4-1 to call. Like, I don't think we can fold here. He open limped. Yeah, he could have a jack, but we're just getting like too good of odds, I think, to call. We should have at least, I think we should definitely have at least 20% equity here in whatever he might be betting with. I did call, and he actually flopped a straight. So, but I'm pretty sure, like, right there, we should have. I mean, if I just take a look at it, I don't think it's really a question, but I'll just fly through this real quick. Let me get rid of, how do I get rid of multi-way mode? How do I kill multi-way mode now? Oh. Okay. So let's say I give him a limping range. He's going to limp a lot, right? He'll fold some stuff. Let's say he'll obviously raise like this stuff here and weak pocket pairs. Maybe he'll like limp this stuff here. All right. So let's say he limps all this stuff here, okay? All the suited cards, everything. And we have 10 of spades and 7 of clubs. Obviously, it's going to be really hard to put him on a flush draw, but... So, the flop was 8 of hearts, Jack of clubs, 10 of hearts. He bets, so he's got his straights here, sets, 2 pair. Top pair hands, I mean, he's going to be betting a lot. Middle pair, he'll be betting like all of his pairs here. I mean, he could be betting all of his draws. He's going to be betting a lot here, 75%, we'll say he bet. So all of this here, he's betting. So here's the thing, we call. Now we can't assume that he is looking for a check raise here. He checks and we check back. So we gotta think about like what hands would he check? What hands do we think he would check? Okay, we think he would check a straight. You think he would try to get more value? Well, actually no. I can see him checking a straight here on this board because of the fact that a flush does complete. So you know what? Now that I think about it, the check makes a lot of sense because a flush completes. Straight, set. I mean, I don't think that's really the right way to play, but I could understand why he would do that. So I can see him actually checking his entire range here. Oh, I didn't, you know what? I'm an idiot. I should really put in the next card, shouldn't I? Okay. So he's got flushes. So let's say his flushes don't check. But his straights and everything else check. Because I could understand that. Because I could definitely have a lot of flushes here. Right now we have 59% equity. And the 2 of clubs comes out. That doesn't change anything. He's betting royal flush, straight flush, quads, full house, flush, straight, 3 of a kind, over pair, good 2 pair, top pair. What's he bluffing? Is he betting sevens here, tens here? No. Is he betting his weak pairs? No. Is he betting his ace high hands? He could bet these as a bluff. And is he betting his complete bluffs? He could do that as well. So let's say he's doing this. He's betting these bluffs. He's got all these other solid hands here. We still have 60% equity. So I think we just got to call. Obviously getting 4-1. And, you know, even if he's betting half of this here, he's still going to have enough bluffs here that I think it's a good call. So I'm okay with it. He flopped a straight. It is what it is. Ace king suited. Get it open here. We 3-bet. He calls. We have backdoor flush draw. I just like to c-bet here. And I c-bet pretty small on this board. Now, I just want to go back pre-flop. He's got an MS16. We got an MS45. So his stack size is what has me bet small here. But now that I think about it, see, this is a weird spot because it's really less than a 1 SPR pot. We're kind of committed here. So, like, what do we do, right? We bet small if he jams us. We got to fold. I wonder if just jamming here is the right play. I think this is part of the problem with 3-betting and not just jamming him here. But, I mean, he doesn't have a stack that we'd want to jam against. The other thing is, like, we can... How big do we 3-bet? I think we 3-bet like 4x. Yeah. That's like... No, it's like... Yeah. The 3-bet was way too big. I think what I need to do here in this spot is 3-bet smaller. Maybe even 3x to the 3.5 exit. So by 3-betting 4x here, essentially is what I did. It's now put us in a situation where we're committed. So, like, do I just jam here? I'm not sure. Leave comments below if you watch this video if you think I should just jam this ace-king. Instead, I bet a third pot, and he folds. So we take it down, but that's not the point. The point is that I think I 3-bet a little bit too big here. Queen 10 suited. Here, I'm just okay calling multi-way with Broadway suited cards. Essentially Broadway suited cards and just easy give up. Pocket jacks again. Easy open, of course. We have an M50. This guy's an M13. This guy's an M23. Good call. He checks, and this is a board I love to c-bet on. I c-bet small because I don't feel like I need to bet really big here to get many folds on a monotone board like this. It'd be better if we had a heart, but still, I just prefer to bet smaller there because if I bet larger, like we're only going to get called by flush draws, and we bet small, and it's gonna we still have a lot we can fold out. I don't know if that mentality is correct though. Here it's just take option. We have an open ender. Checks around. The board pairs. Continue to check. So nothing really to look at there. Ace-10 suited. So this thing I'm doing now is I'm potting it on an isolation. So I have an M52, 48. Get a call here from a guy with M23, 47 big blinds. So out of position here with really no draws. I think this is easy. Just check, fold, give up. I don't see a reason to c-bet on this board here. He checks it. Queen comes out, which is good for our range. Plus, we improve to a gut shot, so I should definitely be betting here. And I do. And I bet pretty big. Just because I'm just trying now to get him to fold out just any kind of pocket pairs here is my goal. You know, pocket pairs, like if he called with you know, pocket eights, pocket sevens, things like that. Twos, you know, twos through eights is my goal here, to get him to fold out those hands when the queen comes out, which is a scary card for those types of hands. And if I had, you know, if I had a hand with a queen, I would most likely be checking it, unless it was queen jack, of course. Queen 10. I would be betting those hands. The question is, all right, what queens do I have that I wouldn't bet here, though? What queens would I have in my range that I wouldn't bet here? Like, let's say my range is... Like, my thought process is, oh, queen, well, it's a scary card. So, I mean, just let's look at my range for a second here. I am... Where? We started this off in middle position, essentially. So let me think about what my range would look like here. In middle position, queen jack off. I could do queen jack off here. Although I did check. So I keep in mind I check too. So what queens am I checking, right? Queen 9 suited, king 9 suited. I think I would open up jack 9 suited here too. 10 9 suited, 9 8 7 6. These hands. All suited aces. All pocket pairs at this point. And three of spades, king of spades, and 9 of diamonds. So what am I checking on this board? What queens do I have? It's an interesting feature, by the way. Alright, so straights I'm betting. I isolate too, so I could be checking everything out of position too. But let's say I would be c-betting here, which he could be thinking about too, you know, sets. Two pairs, over pairs, top pairs. So pocket queens would be a hand. Pocket queens are a hand. Let's say I bet my flush draws too. And my gut shots. Let's say I bet, I bet those two. I bet my draws. What queens do I have left? Well, I got not too many. I got pocket queens and I got queen 9 suited. All my other queens I'm betting that I would have here. So I have a total of 9 combos of queens that I would show up with on the turn. Not a lot. Not too many. Now, is our opponent thinking like that? Probably not. He's a recreational player. But just the bottom line to me here is that I improved to a gut shot. I'm just betting here. Call, The question is like, did I bet too big here? Do I need to bet this big? Am I betting so big that I'm almost making it, pricing myself out when I only have, really, I got 4 jacks, and really not even 4 jacks. I got 3 jacks because we don't want to see a jack of spades. So I got 3 jacks, and those are my only cleanouts. Because even aces might be bad, right? Because our opponent could always have a hand like Jack 10. That would call me here. So aces might not even be good. So I really have 3 clean outs. So maybe I should bet a little bit smaller here for myself. And we can still get those pocket pairs to possibly fold. He does call. And a king comes out. And I think here I just should probably just shut it down, because if he called when the queen came out, he clearly doesn't care about the king unless he's on a flush draw. Is the only thing that he could have been calling here. That would fold. And at that point, I think I'd rather check call, which I'm not going to do, of course, because with ace high. But I check and he checks. And he had queen too. So he had a queen himself and he was on a flush draw. So I think the bottom line is here I should have bet smaller. I don't think I need to bet that big on the turn. And I'm definitely okay with giving up on this. I think we either have the best hand or he's got something he's not folding, because I don't like, we checked when we checked the flop, he's never going to put us on a king anyway. Even though, you know, I would check the flop there, of course. Even with a king. Here we have a limp pot, king 8. He bets into me here, and I think this is a pretty easy fold. Queen jack suited. I ISO here. So this is something that I'm still learning how to deal with, which is isolating better. And I think really I don't need to isolate this here. I can overcall this, and then if big blind happens to isolate, it gives me a hand to call with here, as opposed to now isolating with queen jack suited. So I think actually queen jack suited, since we're in a small blind, it's kind of an overrated hand, to be honest with you. I can just over limp with. King queen suited isolate, queen jack suited probably just over limp with here, and it gives me something to call with if big blind should happen to isolate. We do get a call, and we flop backdoor flush draw, middle pair. So I mean, this is just like an easy. Guys at M31, we're M45, easy check call. He bets really small too, which is good. And we improve to a flush draw here, still have middle pair. He checks back this time. We get the flush. So what's he betting with here and then checking back? Probably any one of these pairs. Pair of kings, pair of jacks, pair of nines. How do we get value on this? I think it's just by betting small. And just get him to call with his pair of kings that he may have. Pair of jacks that he may have. Or pair of nines that he may have. Obviously, we're never getting... You know, he could have called with clubs. And obviously, we're never getting those to call. But I think if we bet small enough, we can get called by one of these pair of hands. It's possible he had by calling our bet on the... Well, with the flop he bet. I mean, that he would have bet on the, he would have bet a king or a jack or a 9 that he checks back. So, I bet big. And I think this bet really does say I hit my flush. It could also say I have an ace, but, you know, this guy's not a thinking player. He's probably not going to put me, like, he's going to say, well, why would an ace, especially, you know, he doesn't have ace of diamonds, why would an ace bet here? Could be a flush for sure. And I think it's going to be a struggle for him to call. But on the other hand, he's a recreational player, and he does call with king 3. So I got value. And I think maybe, I guess, versus a recreational, it's okay. They're going to call too much. So, Jack 9 suited here. We open, we get 3-bet. All this, of course, is going on with easy fold. Pocket 7s, we open up, get 3-bet. So I think 7s, this is one I want to look at. We're out of position, but I remember saying to myself, like, he didn't even 3-bet a 3x. I think we just have to call this and just look to hit a set. We're getting pretty good odds to call because he didn't, so I called it. So this is another one I just want to look quickly at Flopzilla. So 7-7. And this guy 68. I don't really have too many hands on him yet to make a big determination. So let's just say, okay, he's cut off versus middle position. Probably 3-bet this stuff here. He calls these, like, he can call these types of hands here. What can I play with? He seemed like a solid player from his stats. I can see him like 3-betting ace jack offsuit. So let's say he's got a range like this, very tight range. Let's give him some bluffs too. Just give him some like random bluffs. We have 44% equity versus range. Even if we take away the bluffs, we still have 39% equity. So I think it's just an easy call. That's what I did. And we don't hit a flush. He bets. We fold. I know he bets really small here, but I think at that point, I think we just fold. Let's just go take a look real quick and see if this is correct. We're just trying to hit a set here. So let's just say, all right, hypothetically, on this board, let me give him those bluffs. I don't even know if he would bluff, but 9 of spades, queen of spades, 2 of hearts, and we check. He bets. Let's say he's betting his entire range, which he could be. Let's look at that first. He was betting his entire range. His C-bet was 50%, but it's, again, super small sample size. Only 4 hands that he actually had an opportunity to C-bet on. Our equity here is still 41%, so I wonder if we should have called there. Because he is betting hands like ace-king here. Ace-jack as well. Ace-5, ace-4, ace-3. Those ace-high hands he's betting here. So maybe, given the odds that he gave us to call, maybe we should have called with our 7s here. I think so, actually. I think so. Look, if we take out his no-made hands, which are a lot, we still have... Even if we take out his no-made hands, which leaves his draws, like, we still have 30% equity. So, in retrospect, when looking at it that way, it was actually a bad fold. I know, like, we're calling because we want to get the set, but he gives us such good odds to draw, right? So, here's the other thing, right? If we use the 8-4 rule, we have 2 outs, though. We have 2 outs, but we do have a 7 of spades. So we have 2 clean outs. That's like 8% still, if you use the 2-4 rule. But if we just look at the range, we have it. I don't know. That's interesting. The thing is too, like, if we hit our 7, well, the good news is we had a 7 of spades, so it's not going to complete a flush. And we call, and then it goes check, check. Let's say he has a hand like ace-king. We need him to hit, we need like an ace or a king on the river. So from that point, it's like, are we ever, if we do hit a 7, are we ever getting paid? Probably not, unless he's got a hand like ace-queen. So, I guess from that standpoint, maybe it is a good fold. It's interesting. I'm not really 100% sure if we should be folding here or should be calling. Just because of the fact, like, we're calling to get a set, but we're getting such good odds to call with our pair. We do have the equity. And is equity more important than implied odds? If we hit our 7 and never get paid for it? Well, I guess it is, because we can still win this pot. Even if we may not be able to win more, we can still win this pot. So, like, what's more important, equity or implied odds? That I don't know. Anyway, I fold it. So. T is what the T is. 10-4 offsuit. Multi-way. And I mean, this is nothing. Ace-2 suited. We get a jam here from a guy with an M of 3. So I did the calculation on this, and this is definitely a call. And we took it down. I already ran that one. I mean, I can show you guys in case you just want to see. If we pull up ICMizer. I did the math on it, but look, we could still pull up ICMizer and just see what ICMizer says, but what other hands we should be calling in that spot? So first we download an update. Yes. Any day now. Okay. Is it coming up? Sometimes I gotta do that twice. ICMizer is annoying like that. I think ICMizer is always doing updates. Okay. What? ICMizer 3? What about hand analysis? Upgrade your yearly subscription for $16.50. Looks pretty cool. I'll have to look at that. But for now, we're still here with ICMizer 2. And I'll just use Nash. And, yep. Definitely. I mean, we could be calling King 3 suited. So, I don't know if I would have called King 3 suited there, but Ace 2 suited is a pretty easy call. Pocket 10s. We get under the gun open. I can call or raise this here. I think I just like to call versus the under the gun open. Goes multi-way. This guy jams with a 83 big blinds. I don't think we ever are calling this. So I think it's pretty easy fold. Pocket aces. This guy isolates. We definitely are going to 3-bet. This guy puts us all in, so obviously this is pretty trivial. Aces versus kings. Here we get, here I overlimp with the ace-5 suited, which is fine. Get the flush draw, and we get a smallish bet here. I think we definitely have to, we can never fold here on the flop. 10 comes out, he checks it, I decide to bet here. Betting because I have the draw. Betting because he checked, so I'm going to take the initiative here. And then if the heart hits, which is great, then we get paid, hopefully. He does call. The heart does hit. So, at this stage here, he's got 27.33. It's 13.62 here. How am I getting value here? Well, there's a 3. This was a limp pot. It's unlikely he has a 3 unless he has like an ace-3 suited hand. Well, he could even have ace-3 offsuit. But he's a weak player. So, I don't know. I just like to try and get value from these guys. And oh, okay. So he donked into me. Well, obviously, now I just got to raise this here. But do I jam it or do I just raise it? I think I just raise it. I don't think I need to jam it. I don't want him to fold. I did jam it. He folded. I think I could just raise it there. Small raise, click back raise, annoying raise where he can never fold. The lead was really weak too. Jack 3 off. Multi-way. This is nothing really doing here. 7-2 suited. So 7-2 suited. I opened it up here because this guy's a really high fold to steal. But he folded. So there you go. That's what happened. Done. Sometimes it's just that easy. Nothing here. Ace-4 offsuit. I call in the big blind. Spot here, I think we just check call. We got the 4 plus we have the overcard. He checks back. Queen comes out here. So there's a question of like, do I want to bluff here or just call? Check call. I could check call this. I could also bet here just to protect my 4 as well, which I think actually I like. Sure, the queen connects with him, but we just can throw out a protection bet and possibly take this thing down. And if he calls, we can just shut it down on the river. I check it, so I don't love that. And now we got to fold. So I would have rather just seen myself take the initiative there. Just protect my my pair of 4s. I could be winning right there. And if he calls, then we just shut it down. Let it go check, check, hopefully. Here we get a cutoff open. So I think there's a spot I could 3-bet, or I can just call. I did call. And we get top pair. He checks. I check back here. And I checked back here just because I want to have some aces in my range that I could check back with. I think ace-10 is probably pretty good here to check back. He could always have aces as well. So I just wanted to have an ace to have, be able to check back. So checking back some of my weaker aces, ace-10, I'm putting ace-10 offsuit in that category. 3 comes out, he bets, and I think I'm just going to be calling down here. He checks this time, so I like the bet here. My hand is pretty disguised. I could definitely be bluffing here. I bet pretty small as well, just to get called by weaker pairs. And he called it, and we took it down. I don't remember what he had, but I think he had a pair of 7s. Ace-8 suited. Okay, so this is a hand we definitely wanted to look at, and let's see. I think this is the hand, and somebody had brought this up to me in chat, and there's a hand I wanted to look at. So I'm gonna make this the last hand of the video because this hand we're gonna dive into. You get the open here from a player. He's 150. So let's look at this first. Okay, 152 hands. He's a 29-16. So we got a decent sample size. He's not opening up a huge range here. From early position, 16%. I called it. So he had asked me like what, maybe 3-betted here. The thing is, like, he has an M of 10. So if I 3-bet him here, I have to 3-bet jam him. I can't just 3-bet him. Because if I 3-bet jam him, well, I got this guy here at 78-42. I got all these guys here that could possibly call my jam. I'm never going to be happy jamming with ace-8 suited. So I definitely don't like jamming here, 3-betting here. Because I got a 3-bet jam versus his stack. I can't just 3-bet. So I'm definitely okay with the call. Oh, this is not the hand. Is it the hand? No, this isn't the hand. So never mind. Forget everything I just said. This isn't the hand. This is not the hand at all, actually. So completely disregard everything I just said. I call. Just because I have a backdoor flush draw. Let's take a look at this here. Let me see if I should be calling in a spot. So this is still a hand to look at. I called with the backdoor flush draw. Simply a backdoor flush draw. Maybe that's a mistake. So let's just go back to this. I apologize about talking about the other hand because this clearly isn't the hand. But at some point in this video review, we will get to that hand. But let's just go back here to the original. Still, it's not. But my whole talk about what I said about 3-betting still stands, of course. We're not 3-betting him. Anyway, he will give him a. He's just gonna just do generic range here, 16%. And I think this is fine. Give him a little bit more of that. Just give him all the suited aces here. Maybe take out the queen jack offsuit. I think this is fine. Take out the king jack offsuit also. Put in like pocket 4s, pocket 3s, pocket 2s. Okay, I think this is fine. We have ace of clubs and 8 of clubs. And the flop is 4 spades, 10 of clubs, and 2 of diamonds. And let's say now he c-bets. His c-bet percentage at this point is 36%. So he's not c-betting a lot. Straight sets. I just want to actually take all this off and go from what he would bet. Get an idea. Let's say he's betting super tight. C-betting super tight. Sets, which may check raise, but we'll just say he would bet them. Over pairs, that's 16%. Top pairs, that's 28%. And let's say he's going to have some bluffs with the... He doesn't really have many bluffs at all, actually. He's got the gut shots here. He doesn't have too many bluffs. Like, he's got, like, what, 6 combos here? But, I mean, he's not c-betting a ton anyway, so he's probably not bluffing a lot. So let's say this is his range. We have 18% equity if this is his range, so it's actually not a good call. I think we should really just fold this up. I know we have the backdoor draw, but, like, are we ever getting paid if we should happen to hit a flush? Probably not. And, like, if we hit an ace, we may not even be good still. He could have a set of aces. He could still have a better ace than us. So, looking at this here, 18% equity, I think it's actually a bad call. But we do. And a queen comes out, and he bets again, and easy fold for us. So he probably had overcards. That's probably what he had, I would assume, because it would just kind of make sense in that spot. Or he has a hand like ace-10 as well. But yeah, bottom line is that was not a good call. We don't need to be calling. Now, could we raise here on this board? I don't know. I don't even think so, because he's not c-betting enough. He's tight. Plus also raising is annoying because of his stack size. I don't think so. I think we just give it up. But I don't know. That's a good question. If I wanted to, I'd put in Karev right now, but I'm not going to. And see if that's just a hand that I could raise. Like, if we put that in GXQ or something like that, could we raise it? Maybe I'll check it out. Oh, I gotta get going anyway now, so I'm gonna shut down the video now. I appreciate you guys watching. There's gonna be a part 2 of this video, maybe a part 3 of the video. I don't know. We'll see how many hands I'm able to get through in the next video. But I appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor. Obviously, subscribe to me here on YouTube if you're not subscribing already. Follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch almost every day. Not every day poker, sometimes video games, sometimes cash games, sometimes tournaments, depends on what's going on. That's twitch.tv/PokerDad2878. Follow me on Twitter @PokerDad2878. And check you guys out for the next video. Please click the like button, subscribe, and until next time, PokerDad out.